Hello everyone, my name is ThePandaPhotographer, and this is an INIU review of the 25,000 mAh fast charging 65 watt, and this is the 20,000 22.5 PD watt power bank with fast charging. Now, my review is based on my real world experience, and I'm going to let you guys know that if you have seen any other videos demonstrating triple charging, that's not the case here. You can't triple charge 3 devices at one time. And I wanted to make a disclaimer. I'm not sponsored by INIU. INIU sent these products to me, not this product. This is the audio product, but this is here for example. But they sent this out to me. I bought this one with my own money, and they send this out free of charge. There's no obligations to for INIU to take this. I'm sorry, what I want to say is that, disclaimer, INIU and I agree that this is only a review. There's no exchange, no money was exchanged, there's nothing in exchange, just a review. So with that said, everyone, do you think these are the best battery banks for the buck? So let me demonstrate 2 things why you can't triple charge devices. So I'm going to grab a pair of iPhone headphones, just for example. I'm going to show you what it does when it tries to charge 2 devices at one time. So I'm going to take, I need the Apple cable. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take an Apple cable. I'm going to take an Apple cable, which is certified. Okay. So I'm going to take this cable, certified, MFI certified. I'm going to plug it into the 22 watt. Now you can see it's charging. Once you guys can clearly see that it's charging. All right. Now I'm going to take this Type C to Type C, plug it up into the 30 watt. And I just want you to see what it does. You see how it's blinking? Do you see how it's blinking now? That means it can't charge both devices at one time. And you can see that there's no indication on my audio box that says it's charging. To clarify that, you can see that nothing's being charged. So even when I close it, it's still not charging, as you can see. So you cannot charge 2 devices at one time. So YouTubers that have done this, demonstrated it for a couple of seconds and not clearly demonstrated it in real world time. And I'm going to tell you right now, on both devices, you cannot charge multiple devices at one time. It's either one at a time. So keep that with a grain of salt. So take it with a grain of salt. But here's the problem with this device. I noticed that I left this plugged into the iPhone with this cable for about, I'd say about 25 minutes. And somehow it wasn't charging my iPhone. Don't know what it is, but now it was charging my iPhone. Maybe I didn't sit it very well. But overall, ladies and gentlemen, even with this one, watch, you cannot charge both devices at one time. Now I want you guys to see, this is the 20 watt. You see how it's charging? Now I'm going to plug in the same thing. Now I'm going to plug it in and out, Type C, into, oops, actually, let's do the USB. I'm going to do the USB, and then I'm going to plug this up here, and watch what it does. Oh, this one is charging now. All right. So apparently, this one is charging both devices, and this one is still charging the iPhone headphones, as you can see. Look, you can see the indicator. So I don't know if it was the cable or if it was this Type C to Type C, because the Type C should be working this way. But let's test that. We're going to unplug the Type C to USB cable. This is the INIU cable. Keep that in mind. I'm going to plug in the Type C right here. And no, it's not charging from the Type-C port. It's blinking, as you can see, look. It's blinking. It's not going to function that way. So I'm not sure if this cable is reliable or can it be used for something. Transfer data maybe, but this cable was intentionally for the purpose, the cable was intentionally for the purpose of charging to one device to another, but I guess in Type-C you only can do it one at a time with Type-C. So let's charge it with the 30 watt port on the 25 watt 1000. And for some reason, look, even with the Type-C, it's still blinking. Yeah, it's still blinking. It's not charging. See, it's blinking. Want everyone to clearly see that it's blinking. So it won't charge with the Type-C to Type-C, but it will probably charge to USB to Type-C, which it will do. But let's say we want to plug in a Type-C cable. Oh wow. See, this is, I can't do anything with this one. So I'm not sure what's the purpose of this cable if I'm not able to use it in the in and out. And mind you, each of the battery ports, or battery banks I should say, have an in and out port. So it's supposed to deliver and receive power on both devices. So are these good power banks? Yes. And what is the misconception on YouTube? That with some devices you cannot charge at the same time. Especially with this cable you can, with the Type-C to USB, but the Type-C to Type-C, you can't charge it. See, it's blinking. See, it's blinking again, and it won't charge it with the Type-C cable. So INIU, I want to explain why I'm making this assessment, to make sure that customers are aware that with the Type-C to Type-C, I'm not quite sure how this can be utilized. I know this can be utilized if you have a Type-C to fast charging, which is, this one is 65 watt port, this one is 30 watt, this one is 22.5 watt. But with that said, everyone, this is my assessment, this is my review on these products. I think the battery banks are very, very, very good. They last a long time. Now keep in mind, you calculate how much charges that you can get from the power bank. So let's say you have a battery capacity of 3750 milliamps on your iPhone. So you do the math with that. So 20,000 divided by what? 3750? So you divide it by that, and that's how many charges you can get from these banks. So based on your battery capacity in your phone, you have to calculate how much charges per day that you can get out of these battery banks. So with that said, everyone, now back to the Type-C. I'm very disappointed with the Type-C because I was hoping that maybe one day I can use one battery bank to charge another battery bank, but that's not the case. And let me show you that now. This is 30 watt. This one is on, but this one is not. This one is blinking. That one doesn't turn on, as you can see. So I'm not quite sure what the Type-C cable is reliable for, to be honest. Because if I'm not able to power anything with these Type-C cables, then it defeats the purpose of using this Type-C cable. So my recommendations are to keep it safe, ladies and gentlemen. Use a power bank or power brick like this one. Let me just demonstrate one for you. And let me just grab one really quickly here. This is a Ray Power 36 watt fast charging, quick charging battery brick or bank or whatever you want to call it. But you can see that it says quick charging 3.0, 2.0. Now, yesterday, I have tried this with this. This does charge pretty damn quick with 36 watts. With just 36 watts, it charges pretty quick. With this, charging at 22.5 watts, I can literally charge this full power 20,000 milliamp battery within 2.5 hours. So keep that in mind. With this, I can charge this probably within like 3 hours and 50 minutes time, because this is a larger capacity. This is 25,000. So keep that in mind. So always use a certified fast charging power brick to charge your power banks that support fast charging or quick charging 3.0. So with that said, everyone, now it does come with these mesh bags to carry with, which is nice. It protects the quality. Now I'm still not sure what this is for. If anyone has an idea what this is for, but once you open this is not weather sealed, because I can see right through the ports inside. So keep this closed if you are in the rain. Just fair warning. But it's large, it's big, it's heavy, it's chunky, it's reliable. But as I said, I'm using the certified INIU cables that came with it. As you can see, I use all 3 of these cables other than the Type-C that I cannot use to Type-C. I'm not quite sure what this is for INIU if I'm not able to charge this to this using Type-C, because this is a Type-C charge box. So why is it not charging when it's in the 65 watt? Why is it not charging in the 30 watt? So this is why you must use the USB to Type-C to get an accurate charge. But keep in mind, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this claims to be out. This claims to be in and out. So if this is out, why is this not charging? If that's out, why is this not charging? So INIU, I'm not quite sure if you have a perfect product. No product is perfect, but I just want to clarify on YouTube, because I've seen a lot of reviews saying that you can charge multiple devices at one time. That's not the case. And I just demonstrated that in this video. So I'm the Panda Photographer, everyone. I'm just trying to give you a good assessment on these power banks. Don't get me wrong, these power banks are amazing. Let me just wipe these down. These power banks are amazing. They last a long time. Mind you, I charged this yesterday and I only had to charge my iPhone twice. And look how much battery life I have left. 68%. That means I can probably get 4 more charges, maybe 4 more charges out of this power bank. This is the 20,000 milliamp and this is the 25. Now take into account that I have the iPhone 11 Pro Max. If you look at the battery specs, it's about, what is it, 38, I believe, or 39, something like that. Large battery, right? And still able to get 2.5 charges out of this 20,000 and still have left over. So take everything what I'm doing with a grain of salt. So thank you, INIU, for sending this 25,000 milliamp hour power bank out to me. But I do have to say, I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not able to use USB Type-C to Type-C, and I'm very not fond of that. I was hoping that we can have, you know, double charge a couple devices here. But with that said, let me demonstrate it one more time with with the Type-C to USB. So I got USB, this is out. And as you can see, this one is double charging. Both devices, I think, yeah, both iPhones have phones is charging. As you can see, the red light is on. And this is charging. So, yes, the 20,000 milliamp can charge from the USB port, but not quite sure why this is not charging from out to be honest. So that's my assessment. If you guys want to support the channel, please join my Patreon. But the audio that you're listening to is from the Comic-Con Wireless VD Live. And no, I'm not sponsored by Comic-Con Audio, but this is the audio I have been using for the year so far. So if you guys want to pick this audio system up, I recommend it for interviews, live streams, or just, you know, getting some video shots or something. I don't know. But it's reliable. It charges, the battery lasts a pretty long time. But the INIU products are very reliable. The build quality is phenomenal. It's drawn to some fingerprints, as you can see. You can see some of my saliva still on top of that, which is disgusting, but you guys get the point. These are very, very reliable power banks. They are like bricks. They are well designed. They got a lot of weight to them, and they got a good feel to them. But I do have to say, the display, honestly, this is a very big display for just three numbers. Why can't this display be a little bit smaller, more slick? Because this is, to me, I think the design is great, but this could be a little bit smaller, you know, because this is unnecessary real estate taken up for just 3 numbers, as you can see. This makes no sense why this screen is so big, and you make it smaller like this one. Because you see how this one has a very small display? Simple, easy, not too big, but this one is just too big. It just defeats the purpose of the design. Even though I like the design, it looks unique, but still. With that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out. This is a live stream, I'm live in the park. So hopefully Simple Mobile hasn't interrupted my live stream like they have been doing the last couple of days, throttling my service, which I'm very disappointed. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.